My name is Panza Kenji Sakai. I'm here to present my materials about realistic drama. Definition of realistic drama. Realism is a literary genre that contains believable stories and plausible plots. Works in this genre have realistic characters doing everyday things. These stories focus on an often relatable protagonist struggling through their daily life. Examples of realist texts include The Adventures of Huckleberry Finn, 1884 by Mark Twain, uh, from 1835 to 1910, and Middlemarch in 1971 by George Eliot from 1990 to 1880. The Industrial Revolution was a period from approximately the mid-18th century to the mid-19th century, which took place across Europe, but perhaps had the most significant impact in Great Britain. At this time, the industry began to move from mainly agricultural to heavily industrial and mechanical. This marked is a huge change in manufacturing, to which we owe much of our modern industries. Characteristic of realistic drama. One is realistic plot. A realist play cannot be such without a realistic plot. These plays depict a plausible story that the audience can relate to. This was the primary demand of audiences of theatrical realism. 2. Believable characters. Characters in theatrical realism have to be someone one may encounter in real life. They cannot be fantastical or extravagant beyond the bounds of reality. Further, many characters in the genre were either from working or middle-class backgrounds, making them relatable for many audience members. 3. Simple dialogue. Theatrical realism avoids complex and flowery language. Characters speak as the audience likely would. Playwrights of the genre also frequently use colloquial language that is particular to the society the play is written in. 4. Everyday occurrences. Realist plays usually focus on the challenges that real people face. The events that happen to them during the course of the play are ones that often impact ordinary people. They do not have supernatural or fantastical encounters as was common in other genres in the 19th century. 5. Discussion of prescient social issues. Linked to the idea of representing relatable characters, realist plays also deal with the pressing social issues of the time. Many plays in the genre criticize social injustice, just as protest movements were during the 19th and 20th centuries. However, others represented contemporary societal norms by perpetuating, perpetuating certain stereotypes. 6. Realistic sets. Theatrical realist plays do not use extravagant sets. The set design in these plays is typically simple, and it accurately portrays the type of life being presented. Realist plays have little on stage other than the actors. Techniques of realistic drama. Multiple techniques are used in productions to communicate an atmosphere of plausible realism. For example, actors will wear costumes appropriate to their background and social class. Those portraying horror characters may wear simple and unadorned clothing. Set design is also an important realist technique in theater. Sets are an accurate depiction of the world being created, but they are also typically simple in this genre. The focus is on the actors and the realistic story they are constructing. Realist sets frequently consist of a home or a space with 3 walls shown. With one wall missing from a side that the audience is facing, this gives the impression that we are looking in on a private and a very real story. Style of realistic drama. As a theatrical style, realism has had a significant and long-lasting impact on the medium of theater. Throughout the 19th and 20th centuries, realism became one of the most prominent theatrical genres. In times of political and social turmoil, audiences preferred characters they could relate to. As protest movements fighting social inequality popped up around the world, many realist dramas portrayed and challenged these same inequalities. Today, realist plays are still one of the most common dramatic genres. It is also important to recognize that the difference between realism and another similar dramatic genre, naturalism. While both genres create a believable for their audience, naturalism centers more around dissecting societal conditions and why things are the way they are. Naturalist plays look for the reasons behind things, often taking a scientific approach. Examples of realistic drama. As a popular and influential theatrical genre, there is a multitude of examples of realist plays. Examples of realistic dramas or theatrical realisms include A Dollhouse by Henrik Ibsen, 1879, The Cherry Orchard by Anton Chekhov, 1903, A Streetcar Named Desire by Tennessee Williams, 1947, Death of the Salesman by Arthur Miller, 1949. Each one makes concerted effort to be both relatable to and representative of their contemporary audiences. And that's for the material uh, English drama. Now let's move on to the part 2.
And
Birth was the death of him. Again, words are few, dying too. Birth was the death of him. Ghastly grinning ever since, up at the lid to come, in cradle and crib, at suck first fiasco, with the first orders from Mammy to Nanny and back, all the way, bandied back and forth, so ghastly grinning on from funeral to now this night. 2.5 billion seconds. Again, 2.5 billion seconds. Hard to believe so few, from funeral to funeral. Funerals of he all but said of loved ones. 30,000 nights. Hard to believe so few, born dead of night. Sun long sunk behind the larches. New needles turning green in the room dark gaining, till faint light from standard lamp, wick turn low. And now, this night, up at nightfall, every nightfall, faint light in room, whence unknown, none from window, no, next to none, no such thing as none, gropes to window, and stares out, stands there staring out, stock still staring out, nothing stirring in the back in the, that black vast, gropes back in the night, back in the end to where the lamp is standing, was standing, when last went out. Loose matches in right hand pocket, strikes one on his buttock the way his father taught him. Takes off milk-white globe and set it down. Match goes out. Strikes a second as before. Takes off chimney. Smoke clouded. Holds it in left hand. Match goes out. Strikes a third as before and sets it to wick. Puts back chimney. Match goes out. Puts back globe. Turns wick low. Backs away to the edge of light and turns to face east. Blank wall, so nice, so nightly up. Socks, night ground, window, lamp. Backs away to the edge of light and stands facing blank wall, covered with pictures of he all said of loved ones, unframed, unglazed, pinned to the wall with rowing pins, all shapes and sizes. Down one after another, gone, torn to shreds and scattered, strewn all over the floor, not at one sweep, no, sudden fit of no word, ripped from the wall and torn to shreds one by one, over the years, years of night, nothing on the wall, now but the pins, not all, some out with a wrench, some still pinning a shred, so stands there facing blank wall, dying on, no more, no less, no less, less to die, ever less, like a light at nightfall, stands there facing east, blank pin pocket surface once white in shadow, could once name them all. There was a father, that grey void, their mother, that other, there together, smiling. Wedding day, they all three, that grey blood, there alone, he alone, not now, forgotten, all gone so long, gone, ripped off and torn to shreds, scattered all over the floor, swept out of the way under the night bed, and left thousand shreds under the bed with the dust and spiders. All the he all but said the loved ones stands there facing the wall, staring beyond. Nothing there either. Nothing stirring there either. Nothing stirring anywhere. Nothing to be seen anywhere. Nothing to be heard anywhere. Room once full of sounds, faint sounds, whence unknown, purer and fainter as time wore on. Nights wore on. None now. No, no such thing as none. Ransom nights still slant against the panes, or dropping gentle on the place beneath. Even now, lamp smoking to a wink, turn low, strange, faint smoke issuing through vent in globe, low ceiling stained by night after night of this. Dark shapeless blot on surface, elsewhere white, once white, stands facing wall, After the various motions described, is up at nightfall and into gown and socks. No, in them already, in them all day, all day and night, up at nightfall, in gown and socks, and after a moment to get his bearings, gropes to window, faint light in room, unutterably faint, whence unknown, stands stock still staring out into black fast, nothing there, nothing stirring, that he can see, hear, dwells thus as if unable to move again, or now will left to move again, not enough will left to move again, turns in the end and gropes to where he knows the lamp is standing, think his nose was last standing when last went out. Thank you for watching.